Alright, if I had to ask you, how much more time do you have left in this world? If you had to guess, right? Just take a guess based on, let's say, your health, based on, let's say, your age right now, right? You could be 14 years old watching this video. You could be 80 years old watching this video. How much time do you think you have? You could be in a great shape, health wise, right? Great body shape. You could be in a horrible shape. You could be 600 pounds. You could smoke, you could drink alcohol, you could do all these things that scientifically do damage your bodies and do shorten your lifespan. Like, for example, me sitting at this chair where I'm at right now, according to Google and according to scientists, shortens your lifespan, right? Just by sitting down. And I would say confidently that I'm a perfect bit of health. I've had my scaries here and there. I've had a lung collapse, but that was natural according to my doctor. I don't vape, I don't smoke. It just so happened because I was tall and skinny, right? That was what the doctor told me. But even by sitting here as I am right now, if I sit here for too long, my lifespan gets cut short. So what I want to ask you is, how much time do you have? How much time do you think you have left, right? Because I truly think that this world doesn't give us enough time to realize our dreams. Because some of us wake up late, some of us wake up really late. And by the time we wake up, there's no more time left. There's no more time left to do anything, right? You could have gone through life muddle headed all throughout high school, all throughout elementary school, high school, maybe university if you went to, or working your job, you went through life muddle headed. And then suddenly at the age of 30, at the age of 40, you wake up, you're like, wow, all my life has gone to waste. And then you have no motivation to do anything because you don't think there's any time left. Because how much more time can you have when you're already 40? And yes, you could live up until 80 or 90 or even 100 if you're lucky enough, but you don't have the energy that you had when you were 20. You don't have the energy that you had. You don't have the freedom. Now you have responsibilities. Now you have obligations. And you no longer have the time that you had when you were younger. And I'm trying to tell you this because I need you to understand that our time on this planet is limited. Our time on this earth is very limited. And I almost hate just how limited it is, because it's like there's so much that I want to do with my life. There's so much that I want to do, and I just wish that I had time to do it. From a very young age, it's like ever since I was conscious enough to realize what was going on around me, all I've ever had thrown at me was, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. You just need to get going. You need to really study hard and get into a good university because, oh, you need to get a good job and have a lot of money. Because, oh, you need to do this and have a family. Or because, oh, and then I find myself just like, well, when do I get the time to do what I want to do? Because everything else is just, I need to do this. I need to give time to my job, because I can't live, especially now, without a job, right? I have to pay rent, I have to pay all these other obligations that I have, and then there's no time for anything. There's no time to do anything. There's no time to even think about the sort of things I'm interested in, because there's all these responsibilities I have. And this is where I start to truly cherish just how free and how much freedom I had when I was younger, how much freedom I had when I was a child, when I was a teenager, when no one told me anything, when I could spend my entire day lounging around. I remember very clearly, I used to live in the States. I used to live in Georgia, and for 2 summers there was no internet at my house. My mom, she worked. She used to do hairdressing. She used to be a hairdresser. Now she owns her own business, but She used to work for someone else, and she would leave the house every day. My dad at the time was in Canada, and it was just me and my mom. So for 2 whole summers, we didn't have internet at home, and I was just there. There was no cable, didn't have internet, didn't have any game system. So you can imagine a 10-year-old boy, a 9-year-old boy. I forgot what age I was around, like 8 to 10, around that age, right? I think 10. Anyways, you can imagine a kid at that age, absolutely bored. Like, the boredom was unimaginable. And the worst part is, I just couldn't leave the house, right? And even if I had to leave, I couldn't go very far because I wasn't too familiar with the environment around me. I lived in a gated community. It was a sort of, I'm not sure what it's called anymore, but it was a gated community. And the kids there, well, it was summertime. Kids were doing things. They were at summer camps, or they were out and about on trips, right? I mean, these for the most part were like middle class kids, so they definitely had things to do. And a lot of times I found myself just completely bored out of my mind, laying around, going through TV. Even the TV at the time, it wasn't like cable, it was just the free channels. I had those free channels, like the Judge Jury, the WWE, and there's a lot of times the same things playing over and over again. And what I'm trying to get at is that at that time, and I vividly remember this, I was just telling myself, oh my God, I'm so bored. I just wish I had something to do. It's like, how's life so boring? And now I would give anything to go back to that time. Anything at all, I'm telling you, I would give. Just to go back to the time when I had nothing to do. Like, I was just sitting around. I could sit all day long, sit on my couch, anywhere, sit on the floor, do anything, and just lay there. And hours would go by and I wouldn't do anything. I would give so much for that. And it really gives me perspective, because as we age and as we grow older, right, whether you choose to or not, you end up having to deal with life. You end up having to deal with the responsibilities that come with being part of the society, being part of this world. You can choose to be recluse, and you can choose to shut yourself off from the world, but the world won't shut itself from you, right? You can choose to ignore the realities around you. You can choose to ignore the problems around you, but those problems won't ignore you, right? So I want you to take a really, 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 really important moment right now to appreciate where you're at. Appreciate where you're at, because tomorrow is going to be different. Because in 5 years, it's going to be different. In 10 years, it's going to be different. And in a further amount of time, you may not even be here anymore. Tomorrow, you may not be here anymore. Today could be my last. So it's important to appreciate what you have right now. It's important to appreciate where you're at right now. Because when you have an understanding that life at any moment in time could end. My mom called me 2 weeks ago, and I talk to my mom regularly, but I was on the phone. Well, she called me 2 weeks ago, and she told me that my little cousin, Killian, it was his name, 4 years old, 4-year-old little boy, passed away from stomach complications. He had some sort of flu. Doctors couldn't figure out what it was, and he passed away. And it really gave me perspective on my life, because I've been going through life so muddle-headed, so leisurely, without a direction. I've been going through life without any drive, any burning desire to do anything with it. And I'm not saying I have the desire now to cure world hunger, or to cure the world's problems, or to, But I'm saying that now I truly want to live. I want to to explore what I can of this world and explore what I can of this life. I want to have as many friendships as possible. I want to have the best time I can have in this world while I still have the chance to even have that opportunity, right? Because if a 4-year-old can pass away under mysterious consequences, mysterious under mysterious means, a 4-year-old, a healthy little boy can pass away just like that, then who says that tomorrow couldn't be my last? Then who says that today couldn't be my last, right? And who says that tomorrow is guaranteed? Because if I just go through my life every single day, not appreciating what I have, not appreciating where I am, not appreciating how much of a blessing it is to be alive, then who am I gonna blame? Who am I gonna cry to when it's taken away, right? So this is a short video. I just wanted to just give you some time to just, you know, take a reminder to just take this life and appreciate it. Take your time right now. I know you're going through something. You're going through family problems. You're going through relationship problems. You're going through friendship problems. Maybe you're going through problems with school. You know, school's hard right now, and you're scared you might not graduate. You're scared that you might fail. You're scared that you might not be able to live up to what people's expectations and what they expect out of you. And I know that that's difficult, and I know you're stressed out, and life is hard. But put all that aside, because when you're gone from this world, none of that will matter. No amount of struggle for school, no family problems, no relationship problems, no friendship problems, no life problems will matter when you're gone, because it ends with you. And recently, and it's weird that this is all coming to me at once. This is why I truly believe that God works in mysterious ways. You may not believe in God, but I do, and I believe that God works in His own timing, right? Because why is it that I never had this understanding and realization up until now? Is a mystery to me. Maybe I've been ignorant to not open my eyes to this world and the reality we live in. But I recently read this analogy, this quote that says it goes like this: a healthy person has 1,000 wishes, has 1,000 needs, 1,000 wishes, right? Whether it's the need to succeed, the need to make their family proud, the need to be rich, the need to be happy, the need to any need you can imagine. But a sick person has one need, and has one want, and that is to be healthy. That is to be healthy. And I remember I had a lung collapse back in 2019. I think 2019. I'm currently 21. It was around when I was 19 years old ish. And I remember when I had that lung collapse, and I was sitting on that hospital bed, and I had a tube attached to my lung. My left lung collapsed 90%. When I had the tube attached to my lung, and there was fluids, liquids, blood just coming out of my chest, and I was going through that unimaginable amount of pain. Like, I can't even describe to you just how painful it was. I was laying on that hospital bed, tears just streaming down my face, just in agony. Worst pain till this day that I've ever felt in my life. The one thing I thought about, the one thing I wished for the most, was just to be healthy again. I didn't wish to be rich at the time. I didn't wish to even be happy. I didn't wish for any emotions. I didn't wish for anything. I didn't wish for a girlfriend. I didn't wish to make my parents happy. I didn't wish to even be happy myself. All I asked God for was, please, just please make the pain go away, and please just help me just be healthy again. So I'm able to just breathe on my own. So that I'm able to just be happy, to be able to walk on my own, to be able to talk on my own without the assistance of this thing in my chest. Just to be healthy again, to be able to do the things I used to be able to do normally when I was healthy. So this video is kind of all over the place, but it's just to tell you to be appreciative, to have an appreciation for where you're at in life, appreciation for what you have in life. Because truly, in this life and in this world, nothing's permanent. And no matter how safe you think you might be, no matter how, I don't know, protected, anything could end. At any point in time, your life could end. So if you don't cherish it now, you'll regret it. You will regret that you never took the time to cherish it when you could have. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you came this far into the video, do please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Have a great day, guys. Peace.